everyone. In this video, we will study about the animal husbandry and more important, the various common terms which we generally use in our study during the study of various subjects or the content of animal husbandry. So here we will study the common terms which are generally used for the livestock raising, or we can say the livestock production. Like for example, just there is a difference when we say the group of cattle group of cow is we generally give a term herd of cattle. Okay, similarly for buffalo also we give a term of herd, but for the group of horse we use the term pack. Similarly for the group of sheep or group of goat we use the term flock. So similarly there are various terms for the similar kind of things are used in the various animals. So in this video we will study about these words. Okay, so calf, cows, and then adult male sheep is ram, and similarly adult female sheep is known as eve. Okay, so these are the terms which are generally asked in the examination also. Similarly, adult male goat is known as buck, where the adult female goat is known as doe. Okay, so these words are equally important to understand the concept as well. So just for the group, we have to study for cattle. Cattle means the cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, pig, poultry, and horse. Or generally, horse is not generally asked, but just for your information, you must know about the related word to the horse as well. So for the word used for the group of cattle is known as herd. For the buffalo also sheep and goat, flock or tribe. For the pig it is drove or herd, and for the poultry again it is flock. Okay. For the adult male in the cattle it is known as the bull. Similarly for the buffalo it is buffalo bull. For the sheep it is ram. For the goat it is buck. For the pig it is bull. For the poultry it is cock, and for horse it is stallion. Okay, so this is very important to understand all the terms related to these things. I'll not go into the very details. So based on past exam experiences, this is generally asked, or we can say that this question is very frequently asked: adult female, adult male for the sheep, adult male or adult female for the goat. Okay, so the ram and eve or lamb for the sheep, and buck and doe it is for the goat. Okay, then young male, so bull, calf, buffalo, bull, ram, lamb, tub lamb or male lamb, because it is young, so lamb word is attached. Similarly for goat the word kid is attached. For the pig it is the boarling, and for the poultry it is the cockerel, and for the horse it is colt. For the young female, so young female, for the cattle it is used as a heifer calf. Okay, so buffalo it is a heifer calf, buffalo heifer calf. Female lamb, eve lamb or even lamb. Similarly female goat or goatling. For the newborn again calf, buffalo calf. For the sheep it is lamb, and for the goat it is a kid. Okay, so this word is, you have to remember that the kid word is related to the goat, and similarly various other processes are also attached to this word kid. For the pig it is a piglet or pigling. For the poultry it is a chick, and for a horse it is fowl. Okay, for the meat, for the cattle it is beef, and for the buffalo it is buffet. But many a time we got confused that beef is the meat of buffalo, but the beef of meat of cattle is known as beef. Similarly, the confusion is there in the meat of goat and sheep. Generally, we think that the goat meat is known as mutton because we commonly use mutton word for the meat of goat, but it is just opposite. Sheep meat is known as mutton, while the meat of goat is known as sheep. For the pig it is pork, for the poultry it is chicken, and for the horse it is shiveli. Okay, for the castrated male these words are given. Again the mating is important because last time it is also asked in the various examination, not only one or two examination but various examination. Mating or parturition, the serving and carving, tupping and lambing, serving and kidding. So the act of parturition in goat is kidding, and the very young one also known as kid. Okay, in the pig this process is furrowing. For the poultry this process is hatching. For the horse this process is known as foaling. Okay. The sound production, they generally produce a kind of sound. So this is bellowing and the bleating and bleating. Female with its offspring it is calf and food, suckling. These words are generally. So this remember, because many a time the questions from the animal husbandry, because it is a light part. So the general questions comes and these maybe from these words only. Okay, so now we'll discuss some of the common terms which are we generally use in the animal husbandry. So the very first thing is the breed and species. So breed and species. Species is more or less it is a kind of scientific classification, that is the binomial classification where we write the gender and then the species. Okay, and breed, this breed is word it is not very much scientific, but this we use as a group of animals related by descent. Descent means the ancestry, and which are similar in most of the characters like the general appearance, साइज, कलर्स, हॉर्न्स, इट इज कॉल्ड एज अ ब्रीड. तो क्या होता है कि किसी एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में या फिर किसी डिसेंट एंसेस्ट्री कॉमन होने की वजह से उनके जो कैरेक्टर सिमिलर होते हैं किसी पर्टिकुलर एरिया में, साइज भी हो सकता है, कलर भी हो सकता है, शेप ऑफ हॉर्न या साइज ऑफ हॉर्न भी हो सकते हैं, then we call them as a breed. Okay, and species is a more or less scientific classification. It is again the same kind of similar, the group of individual having the certain common characteristic and distinguish them from other group of individual that having the different species. So this is difference breed and species. Now the term is service. So basically service is a process where mature male covers the female. This is basically, you can also say, the act of mating. That is, when the female is in heat with the object to deposit the spermatozoa sperms in the female genital tract, it is called the cervix. So we can also say it is an act of copulation or mating in case of animals. The conception when the male and female gamete successfully fused or unite with each other, and then implantation of zygote in the uterus is done. So this is known as the conception or conceive. Then the gestation. So it is a condition when female start developing fetus inside the uterus. So this is the beginning of gestation, or this complete period is known as the gestation period. So gestation period, whenever it was asked, you must remember that it is a period starting from the date of service. Date of service means actual conception, when the female is conceiving spermatozoa from the male. So this is the beginning of gestation period to the date of partition. Partition means the date of delivery, giving birth to the young ones. So this is termed as partition, and this is very important because many other questions asked regarding to the gestation period. So you must remember that for the cow it is around 280 days. Similarly for buffalo it is around 310 days, and for the sheep and goat it is common 148 to 152 days. So you must remember around 150 days. Okay, so similarly you can remember for others also. So partition, so it is a process of giving birth to the young one. This is known as partition. Lactation period. So after the partition, when the female produces milk, so this is the lactation period. Dry period, this is the period after lactation when animal does not produce any milk, and it will again start producing milk just after the next partition, or we can say next delivery. Then calving interval, it is the period between two successive calving, is known as the calving interval. Now next thing is the average. Average is average. It is the sum of all production divided by number of animals. When we talk about the average production of milk, generally more precisely, so it is the sum of production divided by number of animals. Okay, so it will give the average number of milk. So when we talk about the best average is, it is the average daily milk yield of a cow in the lactation period. Okay, so the daily milk yield, average daily milk, not the exact one. It is the daily milk yield. And how we calculate total milk yield of a lactation, means in a complete lactation period, quantity of milk divided by the number of days. So it will give us the best average. Now the herd average. Herd means a group. So it is a milk yield of milking animal in a herd. So total milk yield of a day and number of milking animals. So it will give us the herd average. Okay, so overall average daily milk yield of animal in the period of calving interval. So it will again, it is very easy to compute the total milk yield of lactation divided by the calving interval. So it will give us the total, or we can say the overall average of the milk. Now the environment, phenotype and phenotype, these are the similar as we studied in the genetics part also. So environment, it is a sum of external influences to an individual in which it is, or we can say animal is exposing.
हाँ मैं तेरे पास
Genotype
ही
is the
हूँ
genetic makeup, phenotype is the physical
चलिए
experiences, and this physical experiences is the sum of genotype as well as environment. Okay, so phenotype is dependent on genotype and environment, or we can say the phenotype is the impact of environment on the genetic combination of an individual. So this is about this scientific thing, or we can say the genetic. Then this is the fecundity. Fecundity is this is a word mostly used for the fertility or sterility. So it is a potential capacity of a female to produce a functional ova. Okay, so just functional ova, not after that the fertilization is happening or not. It is not that. It is only about to produce the functional ova. Female functional ova ओवरी से प्रोड्यूस कर पा रही है कि नहीं कर पा रही, दिस इज ओनली द फेकंडिटी. उसके बाद फर्टिलाइजेशन हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, दैट इज डिफरेंट थिंग. ओके, स्टेरिलिटी इज इनएबिलिटी टू प्रोड्यूस एनी ऑफस्प्रिंग. फ्री मार्टिन इज sterile heifer born twin with a male. So this is known as free martin, and this word is also very much used. Crypt orchids is when there is a failure of testes to descend fully into the scrotum, that is the below to the body level. So when it remain in the abdominal cavity, so this term is used. This is crypt orchids. Atavism is kind of the crisscross inheritance. Also, it is not equal to the crisscross inheritance. Why I am saying this? Because the reappearance of few characters that has not appeared for one or more generations. In this generation, they have the character. In the second generation, they do not show any character. In the third generation, they are showing this character again. So this is known as the atavism. Okay. Now the buller is the condition of a cow when it remains in estrus condition. Teaser, a vasectomized or the castrated bull used to detect the heat of estrus of female. So this is a teaser. Okay, so this is all about the basic or the common terms related to the animal husbandry. In the many a time question is generally asked from these terminology only. So this is all for this video. We'll discuss more things in another video.